Hi, hi, hi! Hi, guys! Welcome back to the Review Podcast. I am your host, Rachel Anita. Kama ke, kama kawaida. I am so happy, excited to have you guys on my show. I'm so happy that you guys watch, you comment, you share. I'm grateful for all that. Thank you for your support so far. Now, Leo, I want to address something. I want to address hii kitu nimeulizwa every time someone sees me, how is it being a wife? How are you submissive to your husband? How is the whole marriage shebang? I'll start by saying if you're not ready, you're not ready. It's not an easy ride. But today I want to address the submission issue, which I've realized is this a modern wife's problem. For most of us, the traditional roles have changed. Somehow it's no longer the man is the provider, then the woman stays back at home. These days sisi wote tunaamka tunaenda job. So what happens in the household? Okay, everyone knows this verse, Ephesians 5:21. I guess hata mwenye si Christian, anyone on the street will tell you. It says, wives, submit to your husband. And I love that scripture. I love it so much because it says wives. It does not say girlfriend. It does not say a partner. It does not say a acquaintance. It does not say girl I like, girl I think I like, girl I'm not a nini whatever with. It says wives. So if you're not a wife, please move on. This episode is not for you. If you're a wife, please stay. So wives, please submit to your husbands. It doesn't matter how much you're making. It doesn't matter who you are past your home. What matters is who you are in your home. There's a bridal shower I once went to, one of my very first ones, and someone said this line, and I can't get over it. I was not married at that time. I was like, what is this person saying? She said, if God wanted to make you a man, he would. Period. There's a very serious when the light is upon you anointing that comes with being a man, a serious man, that is, who takes up a wife and finds favor with the Lord. So if God wanted to make you a man, he would have. So the fact that you're not a woman and you accepted to get married, again, I'm talking about heterosexual relationships, you have to submit to that man. Okay, it is important for family structure. As much as this is a team, and we are a team, we advocate for that through and through. Every team has a team leader. There has to be a head, there has to be a neck. Amwezi kuwa hapa mnapigana who is who and who is beating your chest, your full chest, me I can't. We do all that when we are dating, but when we are married, girls, ladies, wives, please, can you settle down just a little bit and accept that kuna mkubwa kidogo tu, not so much, kidogo tu on nini mbele yetu. So the question I usually get again about this is, I can't submit my man because he's either abusive or he's this, he's that. My answer is always simple. Uliulizwa mbele ya kanisa, kama wewe ni Christian, I'm a Christian, so I'll reference that. Ukaulizwa, do you forsake all others? Do you love this man? Do you take so and so, let's say John Mbugwa? Do you take John Mbugwa, I don't know you, but I'm just using as an example. Do you take John Mbugwa to be a husband? You said yes. That is the place or section that people don't understand. You have a choice. You have a choice to get married to this man. Unless it's an arranged marriage or forced marriage, which in this century I'm not expecting that per se. You have a choice. Make good use of that choice. Because after you say I do, whatever that man says, sorry to say this, but you have to abide by it. You have to abide by it. Yes. Because that is your choice. If that man is, let's say, for me, I really don't like people who drink way past their limits. Let's say a drunkard, and he comes home and beats you. Guess what? When you were dating, he was doing that. So don't expect anything miraculous after you're married. You will still have to submit to that man. He comes home drunk as hell, you have to take care of that man. And I know this will kwaruza so many people, but when you take your vows, that's why I'm talking to wives, watu walisimama na wakasign certificate. Si mtu aliokota huko akasema kama stay na mkakaa miaka 2-3 mkifanya dududu. If you signed that certificate in front of your parents, in front of your pastor, in front of everyone. You have to take that vow very seriously. This man, your husband, is a reflection of who you are. How your husband dresses, how he shows up at work, how he shows up with other people, it is a reflection of who you are. And this is something we are not ideally told as wives. Hata mimi ni kitu nilikuja kulana. I learned how to kunywa maji. It's a thing. It's a thing I was told in marriage counseling, where I was like, oh, what if he doesn't? Because down, let me take this back to the verse. Hapo chini kidogo kuna part watu husahau. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. Wewe kama mwanaume, you have your part of loving this woman. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. Men, please marinate on that. Not men, husbands. Marinate on that one. I will get back to you. The thing is, as women and men, we have inherent differences. Men are logical. I do not expect a man to start crying when there are problems. Okay, it is okay to cry. It is okay. But as a man, you should dust up, be logical about it, and find the steps towards finding a solution. Women, we are allowed to mop in our feelings. We are allowed to stay and sit with them as much as we like. This is a huge thing that you come to see in marriage. We are of equal value and worth, but we are different. And those differences are what we should, what's the word? Merge to make the marriage work. So the modern wife's role might have slightly changed, like I said before. Siku hizi we all wake up, we go to work. Look at me, I'm here on my podcast trying to work. My husband is also somewhere working. But when you come to the house, hapa sasa ndio kuna drama. You find people arguing with their husbands in the house. There should be some sort of symphony. When it comes to the house, there's the head of the home. Give him some respect. Men thrive in respect. There's a conversation I had a few months ago with an elder woman. She was about 50, 55, thereabout. Then she was like, these men of your generation, they don't like working. They don't like earning, getting an honest living. They just want to live off their women. Because for some reason, the women now are working like crazy. We are trying to out-earn our husband, out-earn everyone. Then I was like, you know what? I think it's the price you have to pay. Because on the contrary, we now have super present dads. I don't know if this is something you have noticed, but me with my, let's say my friends circle, almost all of us, it's sad, but almost all of us don't have dads. And it's a sad thing. But right now, the people we are married to are such present dads that I'm wondering if this is a trade-off we had to do. The men had to stay home a little longer to help out with the kids. The men had to learn how to change diapers. This is not something most of us, our dads, did. They were not even... I need a whole therapy session for that. Like, my dad just alisikia, akasema, That was quite interesting. So, having this conversation with this woman, I realized as much as they were working, it was more of military. You remember that time when, like, I don't know about you guys, some of us came from sad homes. Like, the father would come in. For those who had dads, for some of us, dads are like... But for those who had dads, the dad would come in and everyone scatters in the house because you're afraid of meeting that man. You hold him in such high regard that you don't want to mess with him. Siku hizi, our dads are our best friends. Well, at least my husband and my daughter are best friends. And that is something I think we learned to trade off. It can't be 50-50. It can't be... Like, the man cannot be a full 100% provider. In this time, I'm saying, realistically on the ground. And then I expect the same, like, emotional safe space with him. Atakuwa kazi, 9 to 5. Akikuja pia amechoka. So, this is the price we have to pay for having emotionally available dads and fathers around and husbands. We have to pull up our socks. Kama ulikuwa unafanya something that brings like X amount, these days unapata wanawake wanajituma. We are doing like 3, 4, 5 jobs. We are trying to bring the table iko, yes, ya akileta ugali unaleta mboga. Like, that is the kind of relationships people are trying to work on these days. So this, for some women, inaleta a bit of kiburi, I might say, a bit of pride. So inaleta a bit of pride with some women, which I might say sometimes it's it is not okay. I want to say sometimes it's explainable. You can be frustrated in your home. But again, back to my point, this is the person you choose for yourself. If you chose frustration, frustration will just follow you the rest of your life. If you chose someone you can talk to, he will be there for you. And life changes. People lose their jobs. What happens to the man if he loses his job? Does that change his status as the head of the family? Does that change if he can't bring X amount every month? If he gets into an accident and can't work? If he can't, like, so many things can go wrong. That's what I'm saying. If you took your vow, please take it seriously. Submission is no joke. It is literally what carries a marriage. It's literally what makes marriage work. Submission is an act of love. Let me tell you guys. If you want to be pampered, you see all these people. These people, I see them on social media. I'm not on social media a lot, but there's this couple who hadi wanasemanga the guy amekaliwa. I don't want to mention. You can think of 2 or 3 examples. But when you see how their wives treat these men, yes, it can be for show and whatever, but just think about it. When you love your man, of course, love just comes with respect, not automatically, but if you respect the man, then love him. There's a different kind of relationship you will have. And men thrive. Let me tell you. Respect, just praise him. Akikuja, like me, I started this thing when my husband, he doesn't like being mentioned, but when he comes home, you know this song, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Hey, zabu, zabu, dun, 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 dun. Let me tell you, if he had money, he'll just be like, because that's my man. Let me tell you, men go out there and they're beaten black and blue with the world. What they face is so much. I always tell my friend this thing. When your man leaves the house, he's no longer like your husband. Okay, he is your husband, but pale uko nje, he's probably someone's just worker, someone's employee, someone's something. And in that role, they're not as respected as when they come home. So unapata huko nje amegombanishwa ni nini, hujafanya kazi vizuri nini. Then when he comes home, he finds the same with you. I'm sorry, my sister, I cannot teach you everything. You have to learn. Kwanza hiyo zobu, just try it. Try it today. Sing for him. The conqueror, the champion. Submission is an act of total surrender. You trust this person with your life, with the choices they make. You trust, because I always say, before you get married, ask yourself, if I was in a coma, then this guy was asked, should we cut her off the life support supply or let her live? Will that man choose you? Will he choose you even in your vegetative state? I know this, some of us ask our husbands, will you love me if I was a carrot? But yes, will he actually love you if you are a carrot? If he did, or he does, please just respect that man. I can't stress this enough. Men thrive in respect. And that's why in that verse, it says submit. It does not, we are nowhere. I don't even know if in the Bible it's written that we should love our husbands. I don't know if it's written. So uko hapo unakazana nampenda, unamheshimu huyo mwanaume. Respect and trust that man. Love will come naturally. I know most of us, we love loving people, but let love come from him. And when you respect him, I'm telling you, like I said, I can't teach you everything. Personally, I'm what people call a really opinionated woman. Clearly, I have a podcast called The Rare View that is about my view to the world. But kwa gate yangu, nikishapita hiyo gate, coming inside, I am a wife. I am a mother. Most of the times my friends come over and they're like, wow, Anita, you can cook. I cook. My friends, my dear, ni vile siwezi fua niko na nails. So tulinunua machine, but I do all those things. So do not be lied to on the internet that I don't cook, I don't clean. We cook, we clean, we do all those things. Because in the house, there has to be structure. You have to teach your babies, your children, how to grow up in the right way. We have seen, personally, I grew up without a dad. I've seen that so many times. How I ended up, not so good. I'm in therapy because of that, unpacking all that. So I don't want the same thing for my child. I want a present dad. And how do I make this house, this home, safe for that man to come home? Every time he's away, he's like, babe, I miss your food. Babe, I want to come home. Why? Because he's respected. It doesn't matter uko nje if whatever the world throws at him. He knows akipita your gate. Yani, yes. Don't forget that. And for men, like I said, I would come back to you. Don't forget that providence goes much more than financial. Of course, we expect money. We don't use our money, babes. We don't use our money. But if push comes to pull, we will help you. We will support. But we like using your money. So men, give us money. And apart from money, send us M-Pesa. My husband, send me M-Pesa right now. Send us money. And apart from money, you have to give emotional support. Okay? You have to provide care, provide advice. There's a reason why the man is the priest of the home. There's a reason why the man is the head. You give us the direction and we follow you. You cannot be just if you've married someone and signed a certificate, that means you can take care of this person. Please take care of us. Make it easier for us. Marriage is hard. It has a lot of ups and downs. Please make it a tad easier. Listen to your wives. I know there's this thing in marriage where you can talk about something like 10, 20 times, but it's okay. We will be patient. But please listen to us. Please give us the safe haven. Give us a space where we can thrive in our femininity. In our feminism. Feminine. Female energy. Oh, what? My village people have refused. I read somewhere that the reason why so many women have masculine energy these days is because we are forced to be in spaces where we're not meant to be. We are forced to pay bills, like in that case. And this breeds resentment. When you can imagine in a house where you're the one taking care of everything, umetoka job, ukuje uoshe watoto, upike, and bado at the end of it's a lot for anyone. The same way we are giving you space, please give us. Take away our masculine responsibilities. Take that away, and I'm assuring you, there's no woman on this planet who will not become a sweet little padudu, let me say, when they're well taken care of. Take care of your women, and we will take care of you. But ikifika place ya kuvurutana, remember this is a God-given command that you submit. As wives, that's why I say this video is for wives. It doesn't matter how rough or how difficult it becomes. You have to submit to your husband. That is a no argument, no brainer thing. You have to submit to your husband. And if you feel like you can't, the moment you lose respect for your spouse, please, I would advise you just walk away, because it is so difficult to build that back up. Respect and trust, these are things that are earned. So please, ladies, embrace your female energy. Show up in your houses. Show up for your spouses. Support them. Sing for them. Cook for them. Be everything they need. And for the modern woman, it doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't matter what level you are or rank you are at work. It doesn't matter who you are outside your home. What's going on in your home matters. Be present, be there, and be submissive. Thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think. Bye. Thank you. Bye.